Joven wide open in the corner. Shoots it. Grant Butler on the board. Pushing the ball. Kicks it to Jack Dobransky for 3. That's good. 3-0.
That's really loud.
Here goes Sean Washington. Taking the ball up.
Early 3, nothing we didn't expect.
Sean takes a deep 3. Grant Butler on the rebound. Takes his man against Farron. Isaiah Stanley for 3. Misses. Rebound Joven. Gets it to Sean. Sean, man, telling him to push the pace. In the screen from Joven. Great take by Sean.
Sophomore with the bounce.
Joven put back. That's great work from Joven Johnson. Grant Butler pushing the pace. He gets fouled. Great take by Grant Butler. Grant Butler, that's a name we've heard of Glen Allen.
Yeah.
Him and Isaiah Stanley, transferring freshman year.
Both transferring after a freshman season for the Jags.
No bad blood loss there, huh?
No bad blood.
Grant Butler knocks down the first free throw. Welcome to Jaguar Network Jaguars. I'm Jackson Hartwell.
I'm Harrison Buttons.
And we're coming to you live from Deep Run High School as your Glen Allen Jaguars face off against the Deep Run Wildcats. A big rivalry here in the West End. Starting a bit late due to some network issues. Your Jaguars are down 4-2 with 6:45 remaining in the first quarter. Joven Johnson kicks to Colby C. Colby C for 3. Just misses. Rebound Isaiah Stanley.
Colby C for 3. Very familiar in this deep run matchup.
As we get an official's timeout, Grant Butler limping up the court. Grant Butler, that's a Glen Allen name. Freshman year, played JV basketball, transferred along with Isaiah Stanley, who we'll see tonight for the Deep Run Wildcats, to Deep Run to play for Coach Bibby. Coach Bibby, that's a big name.
A lot of history there. He coached Rajon Rondo.
Definitely. He runs that Rajon Rondo camp. Big mentor. It's just a deep 3 from Dobransky.
Coach Bibby, also local. I mean, coming from her.
Rebound Stanley. Steal by Sean Washington. Sean Washington on the floor. Great hustle. Joven Johnson, we got a foul on Jack Dobransky. Jaguars love that. Great play by Joven Johnson. Jack Dobransky picks up his first foul. Coach Bibby's on the floor, irate. Got about 6:10 remaining in the first quarter. Sean Washington, top of the key. Gets it to Colby. To Farron, working on Tyler Verity. Takes a deep mid-range. Bang.
Farron and Tyler Verity.
That's what you love to see.
Farron and Tyler Verity, 2 names we're going to hear a lot tonight.
Farron friend, he's going to look to score the ball all night tonight against Tyler Verity.
Matching up on defense.
Verity on Farron. Farron switches to Dobransky. Gets the ball to Disru. Colby against Isaiah Stanley. And kicks to Grant Butler in the corner. That'll be out of bounds for your Jaguars. Deep Run student section doesn't like it. Timeout by Coach Bibby. 5:33 remaining left. As your score is tied 4-4. Harrison, what you see so far in the opening minutes?
Already what? 4 3-point attempts from?
Definitely, yeah.
From the Wildcats.
That's a huge part of their game. They're going to chuck a lot of threes, and
They're shooting 25% from the field, and I know it's a short sample size, but I mean, if you can shoot 25% from the field,
that's a good night for the Jaguars.
You are going to make a lot of threes.
Harrison, I got one question for you. We're seeing Sean Washington get the start tonight over Jackson PK for the Jaguars. Sean Washington, a guy we really haven't seen much of this year for the Jags. What do you think Coach Minton has been thinking in practice this week, giving Sean that start against this deep run team?
Well, I think after the Freeman game, trying the game plan of having Farron play off ball didn't work with Jackson PK. Like it worked on defense, but on offense, something didn't click. So I think he's trying something new.
Trying something new out. Sean Washington, he's seen some good looks in the opening minutes here.
It looks like Mickelberry's going to come
inbound him in, or to Farron. Full court press by the Deep Run Wildcats. Number 10 checking in for Deep Run. That's Kai Irwin, the sophomore. Farron kicks to Sean. Sean takes in the paint. Gets it back out to Farron. Farron working on Irwin. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Mickleberry. Mickleberry working on Dobransky. Gets to Colby. Colby to Joven. Down low. Gets it back to Sean. Joven.
Meeting some resistance in the paint there.
Joven gets it to go.
Still going to put it up.
Joven Johnson with the second bucket of the game.
What's the score?
Add 2 points for us. Tyler Verity working on Sean. To Disru. Off. Rebound Colby C. Here goes Farron. To Colby. Sean wide open at top of the key. Hey! Joven Johnson on his head.
Big dunk to set the emotion of the game.
Set the tone. Joven Johnson, 6 points already for the junior. Great defense by Joven on Verity.
Jags up 4.
Back to Isaiah Stanley. Almost stolen by Farron. Dobransky for 3. Just off. Rebound falls to Dobransky. That'll be out of bounds. Referee's talking about it. That'll stay with the Wildcats.
4 minutes remaining in this quarter.
Dobransky to inbound. Gets it to Disru. Says it's this thing. Stanley working on Mickleberry. Picks up his dribble. Almost stolen. Disru taking it to the paint. That's a good take. And 1. Joven picks up his first foul tonight. Grant Butler, number 21. That's Charles Wilson checking in for the Deep Run Wildcats. Disru Utah to shoot his free throw. Utah to shoot his first free throw. That misses back rim. Rebound by Johnson. Great rebound. Gets the ball to Farron. 8-6 Jaguars. Joven sets a high ball screen. Joven working on Dobransky. Kicks it to Sean. Sean for 3. Bang! Deshaun Washington.
Jags for 3. Taking the lead early.
Starting. Here's Wilson. Wilson into Disru, stolen by Farron. Man tells Farron to push the pace. Gets it to RJ. ISO Sean wide open. Shoots it.
2 for 2. Oh.
Air balls just short. Deep Run giving him a little chirp for it. C. Garden Stanley. Great defense by Colby C.
Way to get a hand on it, Colby.
RJ catches it. RJ pushing the pace all the way. That's great defense by Deep Run Wildcats. That'll be baseline out of bounds for your Jaguars. Number 25, Alex Ludwig checking in. As Disru checks out. Tyler Verity also checking in. Along with Cooper Howland. Full line change for the Deep Run Wildcats.
Keeping their guys fresh, probably looking to throw up a good volume of shots this game.
Colby C to inbound. Gets it to Farron. Farron working at the top of the key. Gets it to Joven inside. Joven gets fouled. Great take by Joven Johnson. Great find by Farron, finding the open man right there. Working on that mismatch. Deep Run's a small team, Harrison. We definitely outsized them
small,
offensively.
but they're quick, they're athletic.
They're very quick. And
they're
shoot
very
the ball.
good at
Yes.
shooting the ball.
But we got to take those offensive opportunities on them inside with Joven. That's great work by Farron.
Almost a complete opposite dynamic from the Freeman matchup.
Definitely. Freeman definitely outsized us.
Joven's going to make the first one.
As Joven knocks down his first free throw, makes it 12-6 Jaguars, doubling their lead. I like us finding Joven early because he didn't really get that paint game established against Freeman, and that was a big issue. As Jackson Piquet heads to the scores table, Joven misses the second free throw. 12-6 Jaguars, 2:45 remaining in the first quarter. Verity working on Farron. Verity gets inside. Blocked by Sean Washington.
Good.
Shortest guy on the floor gets a block. Farron loses the ball. Man wants a foul. As Verity makes the reverse layup. Here's Sean. Gets it to Mickleberry. Joven wants the ball. Here's Sean working on Grant Butler. There's a mismatch inside. Working on Wilson. Kicks it to Colby. Colby's pump fakes, mid-range.
Joven.
Rebound Joven. And one, Joven Johnson. Count it. Joven Johnson. It's almost, I think that's 10 points for him. Great work by Joven. Working inside. He'll shoot his second foul shot of the night. Colby C checks out the game for Jackson Pryor-Colster. Great minutes from Colby right there. Got some rebounds. Just missed his jumper. Let's see what PK can do. 2:03 remaining in the first quarter. Joven misses his free throw. Rebound PK. Falls to deep run. Here goes Grant Butler. Elmira College commit. Congratulations, Grant. Dubransky. Stolen by Farron. He's got Joven. Great take by Farron. Friend. Left-hand layup is good. Great take from Farron. Makes it 16-8 Jaguars. Timeout, Coach Bibby.
Start trying to move the ball.
Forces the timeout. Great work from Jaguars.
Glen Allen not doing a bad job of moving the ball outside of Farron.
That half-court offense is looking a lot better compared to Tuesday against the Freeman Mavericks. I like this start for the Jaguars. West End rivalry on a Friday night. What more can you ask for? These teams,
not much more.
To be frank, they don't like each other. Deep Run, Glen Allen, two of the biggest schools in the county. Always a fun night here in Deep Run. Expect nothing less. Packed student sections from both schools. Jaguars starting off hot early.
Both teams coming back on the court.
Deep Run to inbound. Number 5. That's Cooper Hallam, senior. Jackson PK to guard. Let's see if the Jaguars can come back with that intensity. Same intensity. Gets the ball to Verity. Farron's guarding. Gets the ball back to Hallam. Stolen by Sean. Great work from Sean Washington. Second steal of the game for him. Sean working on Dubransky. Farron wants the ball. Working on Grant Butler. Doubles Farron. Got the switch. Farron. Working on Hallam. Farron takes him baseline. Kicks it to Sean. Great work from Hallam. Sean recovers. Gets it to Farron. Got a timeout, Jaguars. Yep, timeout from Coach Mann. 1:02 remaining. Jaguars still leading 16-8.
Hot start for the Jags.
Hot start for the Jags, which is what we've seen all season, Harrison. But the story is for the Jaguars, can they hold that lead in the second half? Which will be the story tonight.
That's the story at most of these Jaguar games.
Definitely.
First half, they're big first half.
Start off hot, yes. They often let that foot off the gas. We saw it against Freeman. We saw it against LC Bird. We hope to break that streak tonight. Jaguars coming off a great week of practice. Talked to Coach Mann earlier today. He said their best practice was that Wednesday after the Freeman game. Saw great stuff from guys like Sean Washington, guys like Joven Johnson, and they had a good day of practice yesterday. So we'll see if that translates tonight.
That is the question.
Mickleberry to inbound, gets it to Farron. Man calls out horns. Gets the ball to PK. Shot from Mickleberry. misses. Rebound Sean. Gets it back to PK. PK shoots. Deep three misses. Rebound Joven. Joven down low. Gets it to go. Joven Johnson for another 2 points. That offensive rebounding is killing deep run.
Joven really setting the pace here down low.
Verity working on Sean. Kicks it. Number 11. Shoots it.
Has gone out a little shaky there.
Kilby Bills for deep run.
But I don't look shaky down there.
Defensive mishap. Your Jaguars lead 18 to down low. Joven gets it to go. Joven Johnson starting off hot. Great game. Great pass from Jackson PK there. Oh. As that half-court heave hits the rafters. At the end of the first quarter, your Jaguars lead 20 to 11.
During this time, do we maybe want to talk about tonight?
Last night,
the Rebels.
Ole Miss Rebels falling to Miami. Not tough one. And congratulations, as always, to our Lady Jaguars pulling out the win here earlier tonight.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Browns.
Very dominant win. Very dominant win.
Ears. Great games from all around from the Lady Jags. They advanced to 9-1. Congratulations. Yeah. Let's see if that rubs off on the boys team tonight. 7-3. As Deep Run's coming in 3-6. Not the best year for Deep Run. They hope to bounce back tonight with a win. What'd you like from that first quarter, Harrison?
A lot of emphasis on Joven, abusing the size down low, getting the rebounds offensive and defensively.
I mean, we're killing them on the glass right now. Joven Johnson's getting a bunch of putbacks, a bunch of open layups. I mean, Deep Run's tallest player is 6'3". Joven stands at 6'7". I mean, there's not much you can do there if you're Deep Run.
Not much you can do at all.
I think Glen Allen, if they continue abusing that inside game, we'll see them run up this lead even more.
It's like both teams coming back out on the court.
Same lineup for the Jaguars. AJ Smith checking in the game. That's a name. AJ Smith, senior, number 21, checking in for Colby C. I like this move. AJ Smith, the guard.
Yeah, like a real veteran on this team.
Although it's his first year on the team, he brings a lot of poise and athleticism to the Jaguars. First year on varsity, yeah. Played 2 years at JV. First year on varsity. Didn't play last year. Decided to come out this year. He's guarding Grant Butler. Good friend of mine, Grant Butler. Played basketball with him in middle school. Great rarity right there. As Sean Washington brings up the ball for the Jaguars. Here goes Sean. Got the screen from... Kicks to AJ Smith. AJ Smith working inside. Gets it back to Sean. Debransky guarding Sean. Man calls out one. Sets the offense. Here goes Sean. Gets it to Farron. Farron, deep three. Boom! Farron, friend, that is green. Great start from Farron.
Now what you want to see if you are the Wildcats.
Jackson PK guarding Tyler Verity. Gets a switch. Joven Johnson on Tyler. Grant Butler working on AJ Smith. Great defense from AJ. Gets it to kick to Tyler Verity. Verity working on Sean Washington. Misses the layup. Rebound Jackson PK. PK slows the game down. Gets it to Sean. Sean to Joven. Gets it to Farron. Farron trying gets the screen from Joven. Deep three again. Farron just misses. Rebound Tyler Verity. Verity working on Johnson. Gets that dribble handoff to Grant Butler. To Dizru. Isaiah Stanley working on Farron. PK. Great defense on Grant Butler right there. Jaguars, got a foul on AJ Smith. That was a great defensive possession from the Jaguars, though. What'd you see there?
I mean, Jaguars looking really good on defense. Like really enforcing down low, saying, look, you're not going to score in the paint. You got to score outside, and you got to make it, or else we're just going to take the rebound, take it right up the court, and score it right in your mouth.
Definitely. Gets it to Grant Butler off the inbound, guarded by PK. Here's Tyler Verity. Coach Bid calls out motion. Great cut. As Howland gets the shot to go. Cooper Howland. Here's Sean. Sean's starting out great. Here goes AJ Smith. Kicks it to Joven. Joven to PK. PK working on Butler. Gets it back to Joven. Double. Sean slows it back down. Back to Farron. Gets it to Joven. Joven working down low. Kicks it to Sean. To PK. PK takes a three. Hey! Jackson PK for three. Jackson Pryor, Colster. Let's go. Great shot from the kid. PK working on Hallam. Great defense from PK. Let's go. Great defense from PK. Almost gets a steal. Verity. AJ Smith guarding him. Great defense from AJ.
Deep run. I mean, first quarter, four threes attempted.
Look at this defense from the Jaguars, Harrison. Playing tight man-to-man, almost nothing for the deep run Wildcats.
I mean, really shutting down that three-point perimeter offense that we're used to seeing.
Jaguars just shutting down that three. With the Wildcats only hitting one. Got a foul on Aiden Smith. That's his second. Great minutes from Aiden Smith. Utah to the line. Harrison, this energy from last game has almost been night and day. That Freeman game, we came out short of it, obviously with the loss, but the Jaguars didn't seem like themselves. We've seen them come out tonight with a different kind of fire. What do you think Coach Mann has been preaching in practice this week about that?
Well, I think Coach Mann realized, look, deep run basically just told our Glen Allen team, look, you're not as good as you think you are, you know? Like, y'all might have all these superstars, but at the end of the day, y'all aren't as good as you think you were, and I think Coach Mann sort of told this locker room, look, get your stuff together and make the Jaguar name known, you know?
Definitely. Jaguars starting off hot, 26-17. Sean Washington working, gets the ball screen, kicks to Farron in the corner, wide open. Bang! Farron friend for a three. That's 3 from 3, baby.
29-17 Jags.
Huge lead for the Jags, leading by 12 with 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Landon Cooper has checked into the game. Great steal from Jackson PK. Great take by PK. Jackson PK. Tough leg. Is there any fire there from PK after getting that start tonight? Taken away from him? Coming out with a little.
I do think that adds to it. I do think that adds to it.
Great defense by
Really
Cooper.
good defense there. Joven down, and they're just going to take the two down low.
Unlucky. But going back to Jackson PK, he's had some ups and downs this year with some growing pains with his first year being on varsity. What have you seen from him tonight that's really establishing who Jackson PK is for this Glen Allen team?
I think you can go to some of the points of Tuesday. Really fast, athletic, gritty on defense, The second that you cross that line, and not even that, the second that he
picking
gets his
you up.
eyes on you,
He's
he's picking you up.
Student section here at Deep Run is packed, filling into the stands. Sean's picking up Tyler Rarity. Isaiah Stanley, guarded by Landon Cooper. Great pass from Isaiah. Wildcats want a foul as PK takes the ball up. Jabransky working on Farron, fakes the three, shoots the mid-range. Shooter's touch.
Farron start off this game hot. Farron and Joven.
Extends the lead to 14 for the Jags. Great defense by Cooper. Let's go, Jaguars. Look at that hustle. Great work from Landon Cooper, number 10. I was talking to him today. I said, give me one today, Coop. He said, I got you. Foul on the Wildcats. I mean, Jaguars coming out shooting tonight, Harrison.
Looks like a bit of a slick spot on the floor.
And it hasn't been the Farron show like we've seen this year. It's been pretty consistent scoring.
The first quarter was the Joven Johnson show.
It definitely was. And now we've seen Farron get involved. We've seen Sean get involved. And we've seen Jackson PK get involved. So this all-around offense is really working for the Jaguars. A real difference from Tuesday night against Freeman. Great pass by Sean. Bang! Layup by Landon Cooper's good.
Another 2 for the Jags.
Sean Washington loves it. He's clapping. Great work from Sean. Here goes Tyler Rarity to Jack Dobransky. Guarded by Sean Washington. Stolen by Landon Cooper. Deflection in the backcourt. Glen Allen students chanting daddy's money. 3 from deep run. No good. Rebound PK. Farron. Ooh, that's a great move.
What a find.
Caught by PK. Working in the paint. Kicks it back to Farron for 3. Bang! Deep run needs a timeout. Farron friend from
Jaguars going to double their lead here.
38-19. Jaguars running away with it. Farron friend. I mean, that's nothing new for Farron. Nothing new for Farron. Jaguars. This is not the same team we saw on Tuesday, Harrison.
No, this is not. I mean, this team is full of energy. This team is ready to score and bang down low.
I mean, it's night and day between Tuesday.
Yeah.
They're coming out scoring. They're playing great defense. They're forcing turnovers.
Also, like, team-wise, just a complete polar opposite switch from this Freeman team. A lot smaller, a lot more perimeter shooting. And against that Freeman roster, there's a lot of bigger, grittier guys getting down low, putting up boards, fighting for rebounds. This is just a complete different look from last game.
And I think this Glen Allen team, they match up perfectly against this deep run team.
Yeah.
We got lanky guys who can guard that three-pointer, and they are. Deep run with only 1 3-pointer, and Jaguars just playing great defense all around, getting rebounds, getting out in transition. As they lead 38-19, coming off this timeout. And we've seen new guys who are going out and check in. AJ Smith, Jackson PK coming off the bench. Landon Cooper just got a bucket. Here comes Jack Bateman. I mean, we're seeing new guys.
Looking at the student section, guys like Edward Batuk and Colin Whitby sort of cheering up the team right now and saying, look, keep the lead. The energy.
And the energy is definitely there. Look at Jackson PK. Already fired up. First minutes for Jack Bateman here. New haircut. Looking good, Jack. Jaguars coming out in full court press. Dobransky bring the ball up. Calls out a play. Dobransky got the switch. Desiree working on Sean. Good defense from Sean. Rebound Jackson PK. That's a great rebound by Jackson PK. Here comes Sean. Great screen from Jack Bateman. Gets it to Farron. Deep run student section chanting defense, trying to get them back into it. Farron working on Dobransky. Gets the screen from Jack. Farron takes a contested 3. Just misses.
Not gonna fall.
Rebound Isaiah Stanley. Pushes the pace to Dobransky. Dobransky working on Farron. Back to Isaiah Stanley. Dobransky. Deep 3. That's off. And that'll fall for... Refs talk about it. Ooh. That'll stay with deep run. Coach Manton doesn't like it, but as we said in the first game, refs are always right, Harrison. Ain't that right?
Yep, not gonna argue with the zebras on the court down there.
And what do you know? They changed their call, so maybe they were right. PK to inbound. Manton calls up play. Here comes Sean. He stayed in the whole game. Sean Washington coming into that starting lineup, getting huge minutes for the Jaguars. Screened by PK to Bateman.
Bateman, first time we've seen him in tonight.
PK to Farron. That's going to be an offensive foul on Jackson PK.
Not what you want to see if you're the Jags.
And here come the Daddy's Money chants yet again from the Glen Allen student section. And deep run claps right back. We can't hear you. Well, clearly you heard him if you're chanting back, right? As Desiree gets to take the go. Students now chanting scoreboard. Going back and forth, Harrison. What do you think about that?
I just think that it's great for the game.
You love a little student section banter. As they double Farron. Farron calls a timeout. Good timeout by Farron. Slow the game down. Stop this deep run a little bit.
Yeah, for real. 23-3 on the clock. But now I'm probably going to try to put up another bucket.
We're going to go to break. We'll catch y'all after halftime.
Are we going to break now?
timeout. PK to inbound. 20 seconds left on the clock for Sean Washington. Set. Horn set. Farron working on Dobransky. Gets it to Sean. PK in the corner, wide open. Shoots it. That's short. Rebound Farron. Just misses it. Foul. Foul number 5. It's Cooper Hallam, senior, with 5.9 seconds left. Jaguars lead by 17. Farron trying to shoot his free throws. Jack Dobransky's second personal. Farron's automatic from the line, Harrison.
Yeah, I mean, that'll really doubt here that he makes at least one of those.
As Farron drains his first. As man calls out no foul. No silly foul at the end of the half. Farron trying to shoot a second. Drains it. 40-21 Jaguars. That'll come out. 1.4 remaining.
Jaguars probably just need to chuck something up here.
Officials timeout to fix the clock. PK to inbound. Jaguars trying to get a little half-court heave right here. Don't hate it. 2.6 remaining. That's enough. Gets the ball to Bateman. Bateman hits the Raptors again. And we'll go to halftime.
Second time an end of the quarter shot has hit this banner.
We're going to go to break for a few minutes here. We'll come back, give you a little halftime recap, and then we'll be back for the second half. Zero's on the clock, but refs are talking about it. Deep run. Refs still working on how much time we got left. Scores table still working it out. .7 left on the clock for deep run. Get the ball to Dobransky. Just misses. We'll go to a short break. We'll come back, give you a little halftime recap, and then we'll be back for the start of the second half. Jaguars. We got about 2.5 minutes left in this halftime show. Harrison, this first half of the Jaguars, we've seen a lot of scoring outside of Farron Friend, who this year has been the Jaguars' main guy. But Coach Benton has praised and preached that they need to find other scores besides Farron. What do you think is going right for them tonight?
Joven down low. A lot of this Jaguar team has relied on Joven and Jack Baby to get boards, but part of tonight is the Joven Johnson show. He's getting a lot of buckets down low, really using his height to his advantage down low. Getting a lot of those second chance points for these Jacks off of rebounds.
And that goes into my next point. We've seen a whole new energy and effort from this Glen Allen team. They've come out with a kind of fire that we haven't seen this year before, and that's really a testament to the score right now, which is 40-21. And guys like Joven having that energy down low, guys like Sean Washington, who we'll touch on in a second, really just bringing that new energy in for the Jaguars. Harrison, Minton, we talked to Minton earlier this week. What did he say about that energy in practice this week?
Minton said this was one of the best weeks of practice that he's had all season, And even though we're about halfway into the season, that speaks volumes, because they came off of a devastating loss to that Freeman team, and I think they're using that to fuel this game tonight. But you mentioned Sean
Washington.
Yeah. Deshaun Washington
has gotten very limited minutes this year, but he came into this game in the starting lineup, and he's played the whole first half, and we've seen him get out in transition, score the 3-ball, and get his teammates involved. Deshaun Washington has really been that point guard that the Jaguars have really been missing all year. I mean, what can you talk a little bit about Sean? Like, how's he dealt with that deep run defense tonight?
Sean has looked great tonight. Like he's exactly who Mann wanted when he put him in the lineup, which is great because at the Freeman game, Mann didn't exactly get who he wanted to get when he put him in the lineup. And I think that means a lot to Manton, knowing that there are guys like Deshaun where he can put them in and they're going to do what he wants them to do, as opposed to try and go out and score 30 in the first half.
And Sean Washington really just doing what he's asked, getting out in transition, stopping the ball, and scoring when he needs to. Let's see if he can continue that in the second half.
And just a small thing to add to that, I mean, him and PK have basically been battling for that starting spot, but look, there have been moments where both of them have been on the court and they've really showed that pressure on defense.
PK has really grown into himself tonight. I think he has 6 points, and he knocked down that 3. You could see a sigh of relief from him.
Yeah.
And he really hasn't found that outside shot. Let's see if he can continue that tonight. As Farron inbounds to Sean Washington. Working on Verity. Here comes a double. Gets it to Mickleberry. Rebound. Kicks it to Farron. Wide open in the corner. Just misses. Rebound Isaiah Stanley.
Now what you want.
See an open look for our best player. Right, Harrison?
That's right.
Rebounded by Joven Johnson. Sean taking the ball up, as we saw in the first half. Tyler Verity guarding Sean. Here goes Joven working down low against Disru. That'll be one of the first
that's an outside the three-point line, something we haven't seen tonight.
No. We've seen him really be that beast in the paint. That kind of guy you don't want to see in that paint.
Yeah.
As Joven guards the ball here. Verity calling out the play. Screen coming from Isaiah Stanley. And the question mark, Grant Butler, not even on the bench.
Oh, tough bucket for Cooper.
We did see Grant Butler tweak his ankle in the first half. Didn't return, but now he's just in the locker room, so we'll have to find more about that.
He's a question right now.
Sean Washington makes that deep 3 after the whistle.
No good, unfortunately.
Everything's falling for the kid tonight, huh?
What's been the team this quarter?
23-40, Jaguars lead. Fair.
Colby shifting around.
Here goes RJ. Stolen by Jack Dobransky.
Sort of ran into a triple team there.
Not the best decision from RJ, who saw limited minutes in that first half, due to great halves by Jackson Pique and Sean Washington. Kicks out to Isaiah Stanley.
Iconic. No good.
Well, today with the Wildcats. Jaguars unable to rebound, which is a story we haven't really told yet this game.
Yeah,
No rebounding struggles in that first half. Let's see if the Jaguars stick with that. I mean, Harrison, the story all year has been, can the Jaguars keep that lead in the second half? And we've seen them fall a couple times. What do you think that? What do you think that? How do you think the Jaguars get over that hump tonight?
you know, I think the Jaguars can get over the hump tonight by bringing the same pressure that they brought in the first half. And I know that's a lot easier said than done. But coming with momentum helps a lot. You know, in that Freeman game, I believe it was a 10-point or less lead coming into the second half. In this game, they have more than 15 points to their advantage.
Hassan White checks into the game for the Jaguars. For RJ.
First time checking in this game.
Jaguars playing a deep bench tonight. All but three players have checked in for the Jaguars. Great pass. Great defense blocked by Johnson. Jovan Johnson, a beast in that paint. He says no. As Sean brings the ball up. Working against Dobransky. Stolen. Great defense by Dobransky.
Aaron down low. Hoping to intercept.
Just misses. Rebound Farron.
Flushed out there.
Yeah, definitely. Great defense by Farron. 3-on-1 and the Wildcats don't score. Bibby's not happy. To put it nicely.
5.5 minutes left.
Foul on Isaiah Stanley, his first. Farron working against Stanley. Both went to Glen freshman year. They're both seniors now. Gets it to Colby, to Sean. Great pass by Sean Washington. Farron in the corner. Just misses. Rebound Hassan. Great board by Hassan White. Puts it up. Just misses. Rebound Isaiah Stanley.
Still fighting too.
That's a deep run Wildcats. Turn the ball over.
Deep run essentially giving the ball back.
5 on 4th, the Jaguars hurry. Great take by Hassan
There we
White.
go. 2.
That's 2 for 2. Great minutes from Hassan White already. Stealing.
Yeah, I mean, already coming in like, and already showing impact. You know, something that this Jaguar bench really needs.
And that bench has been great tonight. Landon Cooper, Jackson PK, Jack Bateman.
Getting a lot of guys involved. But there are some names that we haven't seen come off the bench, like Bari.
Bari Harris.
Bari playing a lot of first half minutes in that Freeman game.
Didn't really see much of him in that second half. Defense. Dobransky working on Sean. Gets the switch.
That's right.
Great defense by Sean on the bigger man.
Getting physical with Sean. I mean,
that's good defense, but that's just better offense by Denver, Utah.
Sean taking it up with Dobransky on him. This is a matchup that we haven't seen tonight.
That's a bad pass.
Oh, deep run reads it.
That's a good take. And 1 for deep run. That's Coach Minton. Does not like that play by Sean Washington. Calling over, sharing some of his wisdom. Cooper Hallam to shoot his free throw.
The student section was really loud in the first half, quieting down a good chunk here.
Wildcats creeping back in, cutting the lead to 15. And I hate to say it, but this is the story we've seen all year for the Jaguars. Letting teams come back, letting teams hang in with them when they really should just put them away. Full court press from deep run.
Jovi gonna break the ball.
Gets it to Colby. Colby puts it up.
Bang!
2 points from Colby C. You love to see it for the senior. 3-sport athlete, Colby C.
Yeah.
Golfer, baseball, Hampton City commit for baseball.
And basketball,
Congrats,
like
Colby.
as we see now.
Colby. Dobransky defended by Sean. Colby. Dobransky takes it deep too.
No
That's
good.
off. Sean pushing the pace. Pulls it back out. Gives it to Farron. Jovan's got a mismatch down low if they find him. Farron working on Stanley. Gets it to Jovan. That's a bad pass.
Overthrown. Farron trying to get a hand on that
Stanley.
pass. No good.
For the deep run Wildcats.
2 passes with just too much power, and the ball's going back to the Jaguars.
And if you're Coach Bibby, that's what you don't want to see.
No.
You work so hard on defense, and then you
That's
turn
the
the ball
last
over
thing you
on
wanna
offense.
see.
If you're trying to work back into this game. Colby. Sean. To Hassan. Back to Farron. 3:14 left in this third quarter. Farron working inside.
Farron, not the sole scorer on this offense.
Travel on Hassan White.
Unfortunate.
Inbounded to Charlie Wilson. Guarded by Sean. Here's Isaiah Stanley. Jovan Johnson guarding him.
Deep run put in number 21, Charles Wilson, sophomore on this roster.
3 for Isaiah.
Barrett closing out, no good there.
Isaiah Stanley hits a 3.
You know, the last thing you want if you're the Jaguars is to see back-to-back threes. You know, really hoping to shut down this next deep run offense. Don't want to let them get hot.
Deep run cuts the lead to 13.
The shortest the lead has been since the start of the second half.
Man calls out a play.
2 minutes 20.
Great take by Sean. Gets it inside to Jovan. Foul. That's what you love to see to the Jaguars. Going back to that inside game with Jovan Johnson. As Grant Butler comes out of the locker room in crutches and in a boot. That is
around his ankle.
Grant Butler. Prayers up.
Not what you want to see if you're Butler.
As Alex Ludwig and Tyler Verity are about to check in. Jovan knocks down his first free throw.
Bumping up that lead to 14.
That's just what you hate to see for the Wildcats. Starting point guard out with what looks to be a foot injury.
Still a lot of basketball left to play, though. I mean, there's what, like 10 and a half minutes? Like, that's a lot of ball.
Jovan misses the second free throw.
45-31.
Isaiah Stanley checks out of the game, gets a quick breather. Tyler Verity, guarded by Hassan.
Deep run. Looking to get something going here, but this Glen Allen defense has been solid all game, and it's still solid now.
Great defense from Hassan. Got a foul. On the floor. That was great perimeter defense from Hassan. Guarded him all the way up the court.
Couldn't ask for much more out of this Glen Allen defense. I mean, you just can't ask for more.
I mean, simply, I think Deep Run came out of the half with a little fire, knocked down some shots, but that Glen Allen energy, as Deep Run turns the ball over, which is what we've seen a few times this half, that energy just hasn't really dropped for the Jaguars. They just need to get some better looks on offense. 2:02 remaining in the third quarter. As Deep Run brings that full court press, inbounds to Sean Washington.
Sean Washington, a name we've seen a lot this game. You know, this guy has really made his mark this game. A senior, hasn't seen a lot of minutes previously, seeing minutes this game, and making every second count.
Yes, really leaving out all on the floor tonight. You just love to see it from Sean. Hoping for the best for Sean. Gets it to Sean from Farron. Working against Wilson. Here comes Jovan. That's a good move from Sean. Farron's asking, Jovan's asking for the ball. Turnover, Jaguars.
Oh, Deshaun. Oh, going for a lot. Oh, block. Number 11. Kilby Bills. We talking about the block from Kilby Bills, a name we haven't seen. First time in the game, I believe.
As Glen turns the ball over again. That's a foul on the Jaguars.
This deep run squad getting hot. Now what you want to see if you're Coach Man.
Timeout Jaguars. And a story we've seen all year. Third quarter being that Jaguars Achilles heel. Really just letting teams crawl back in and hang with them. Harrison, can you speak a little bit on that?
Well, I mean, this Jaguars squad, you know, like we mentioned it pregame, first half team through and through, you know. But this game, they're showing that the second half, they're not putting their foot on the brake, you know.
Something I like to see going out and come out of this timeout. I like to see a little fire. I like to see a little energy. Maybe come out and get a steal, get a quick bucket.
You know, going into this game, we expected it a triangle and two, and we're getting a lot of man from deep run. You know, do you think that has thrown Glen Allen off their game a little bit?
I mean, we have seen the triangle two at times, but we have also seen that deep run man-to-man defense, and I think it's causing this Glen Allen team a little bit of trouble starting the second half. they haven't really gone to Farron as much. We haven't seen as many points in this quarter, but I think Man's drawn up a few sets here, getting his guys some looks. So Glen needs to come out of this timeout with energy. We saw them take some timeouts in that third quarter against Freeman, and they came out lacking that energy, which eventually led to Glen losing that game. So I think the Jaguars need to come out of this timeout like it's the second half, like it's a new game, and win this last minute and 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't have said it better. I mean, this last minute before going into this fourth quarter, which I knew was going to be a long, grinding fourth quarter where both teams are really pushing the pace. Deep Run trying to score, Glen Allen trying to cut the clock and score as well. I mean, just two different dynamics, I think, what we are going to see coming into this fourth quarter.
And here's a new name for you. Eli, number 4 for the Jaguars, junior, seeing some minutes here. He hasn't seen any minutes recently. As he checks in for Sean Washington. Maybe that's what Coach Mann's drawn up. As Jack Bateman also checks in.
Out to the perimeter, something that we've seen a lot.
Here goes Disru working on Bateman. That's good for Disru, Utah.
Not what you want if you're Glen Allen. You don't want this team to get off. 35 and winding.
30 seconds remaining. Farron works.
He's a
double
baby.
comes. Gets it to Hassan. Hassan back to Farron. Wanted the 3. Didn't take it.
You know, I don't think it's
To Jack
down
Bateman.
to Jack. 3-on-1. Gotta get the foul. Shit.
Deep Run Stu section doesn't like the call. Jack Bateman will go to the line. Really,
Now the guy that we haven't seen this game.
a new lineup for the Jaguars, really. Farron out there with Hassan, Colby, and Eli, along with Jack Bateman. Man, try new things at the middle of the season. As Jack knocks down his first free throw, no troubles there.
You know, Jack Bateman, you played volleyball with him. Do you have any sort of like insider information?
I mean, Jack's a hard worker, man. He's one of those guys. He's gonna be the first one in the gym, last one out. He really puts his all into really anything he has, which really led to our state championship run. I mean, Jack wants it more than you. He's gonna want that. He's gonna want that bucket. He's gonna want that rebound more than you, and that's really the best part about his game. Yes, there's his size, but there's also his grit.
Looks like Coop at the bench, or Coop at the scores table.
Landon Cooper to check in. 6.7 seconds remaining for the Jaguars.
6-7.
Landon Cooper checks in for Jack Bateman, his first foul. We've seen some good minutes from Jack Bateman, though.
You know, it looks like we're going to a small ball approach here. You know, not putting any one of our very defined big men on the court.
Turnover. Farron.
Farron gonna capitalize. Bang! 2 for Friend.
That's what you love to see.
1 second left.
And that'll end the quarter. Great end of the quarter right there for the Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Coach Mann, I don't think that there's much better way to do it.
We'll go to break. We'll be back for the start of the fourth quarter.
Good job.
That was better? Okay.
Back into the fourth quarter here, folks. 35-48. 48 for the Jags.
As Eli and Landon Cooper stay on the floor, some great bench minutes from the Jaguars.
Landon Cooper, I mean, one of those glue guys. You know, you put in and you expect him to do a little bit of everything.
And he really has tonight. Got a couple steals, got a couple rebounds.
Filling in those gaps.
Hassan picking up Tyler Rarity.
Keeping him at half
Hassan's one of the best
court.
defenders on this team. He's going to come in. He's going to guard your best guy, and he'll give you a little bit of offense. But he's mainly in there defensively. Bobbles.
Him
Deep
to
run.
jump.
Steal by Landon Cooper.
Landon Cooper.
Right on call.
Fast break. No points.
As Eli's down there.
Eli trying to get down there.
2 points for number 5, Cooper Hallam. Colby to Eli.
Taking it out.
Back to Farron. Jackson Piquet heads to the scores table. His first minutes of the second half. Colby.
Deep run.
Deep run blocks that Colby 3.
I think back in this triangle and 2 that we expected.
They are back in that triangle too, with really only one designated scorer in this lineup for the Jaguars, Farron Friend.
Farron trying to make something
Farron,
happen.
working on Isaiah. Gets the screen from Colby. Doesn't take it. In the paint. Great take from Farron. That's 2 points. 50 to 37 for the Jaguars. 6:48 remaining.
Jaguars keeping this 13-point lead they had coming out of half.
As PK checks in along with Sean Washington. Coop checks out along with Eli. Great minutes from the two. Two of those glue guys who really haven't seen a lot of minutes this year, but when called upon, they've done their job tonight, especially.
Desiree.
Disru here for the
Disru, sorry, my fault.
Back to Disru. To Dobransky. Sean Washington back in the game. Great take from
No
Jack
good.
Dobransky. That's no good. Here goes Sean pushing the pace like we've seen all night. PK wide open in the corner. They don't find him.
Already 90 seconds off the game clock here. Not what you want if you're a deep run.
Do you think Deep Run will try, or Glen Allen, excuse me, will try to slow down this game? Deep 3 by Farron is good.
You know, I think a great way to, you know, they always say a great defense is a good offense, you know, and I think Glen Allen with this great defense can really slow down and really monitor everything that Deep Run is doing. But Deep Run implementing his full court press, something that we've sort of seen in this second half, but really showing strong in this fourth quarter.
And I think you're right, Harrison. I think defense is the first thing that the Jaguars should focus on. As Farron takes another 3, that just misses.
No good.
But if the Jaguars
Colby first one back.
If the Jaguars continue to get these stops, then the offense will come that much easier. And eventually, with 5 minutes left, Deep Run won't be able to crawl back in this game. As PK falls, just misses the layup. Tyler Rarity. Farron with immediate pressure on him.
Desiree with the block on Farron Friend. Is Farron going to the line?
Called a foul on Desiree.
Farron going to the line for 2, I believe.
5:21 remaining. Second foul for Desiree. As RJ and Jobin check into the game. Farron Friend has really gotten to the line this year. We saw it a lot in the Freeman game. I think he attempted 12 free throws. That's been a big story for his scoring this year.
It really has been. Here we go. Friend
drains his first free throw. 54-39.
I mean, Farron, one of those guys, when he goes to the line, you're going to expect him to make one of the 2, you know? Like he's not one of the guys where you have to, try not to watch to know if it's going to go in or not, Like if he's shooting, he's going to make one of the 2.
Colby C checks out for the Jaguars. Colby C, a huge name last year.
Jobin and RJ back in this game.
Back to Colby. I mean, Colby on Saturday night, we all remember.
Same with PK. PK checking out.
I mean, Colby had, I think, 27 points last year against this Deep Run team, and he really went off. Haven't really seen that from Colby, not just tonight, this year. And he has 2 points, but this year has been less of an offensive year, but more of a defensive year for Colby.
Stripes actually doing a fairly good job reffing this game. A lot of the times you either think it's under or over officiated. I think the Stripes are doing a good job on the court right now. Shout out to all my Stripes in the audience.
Jaguars lead by 16. Slowing the game down. RJ wide open. Gets it back to Sean.
No shot clock. I don't know if the Jags are too worried.
Let's see if they get back to Jobin inside, like in the first half. Gets the ball to RJ. Jaguars killing a lot of clock here. Hassan takes it. Good pass. RJ Mickleberry. What a pass from Hassan White. Hassan White, that guy who's going to slash for you. Get inside that paint. Find the open man. Great work from Hassan right there. Isaiah Stanley working on Sean Washington. Kicks it. Charles Wilson. 3 by deep run. Just misses. Mickleberry will let that go out. Jaguars ball. 4:08 remaining. As Alex Ludwig checks in the game. Harrison, the last 2 offensive possessions for Glen Allen, they've really slowed the game down, waited, and got their good look. Do you think that's because of this lead they're trying to protect, or they're trying to find the best look on offense?
You know, I think cutting time off the clock, although really pestering, probably does the best job of pestering this deep run offense, because it kills their thinking time.
Yep.
With there being no shot clock in high school basketball, a lot of teams have time to think about what they want to execute. And draining the clock just kills that for this deep run offense.
So we got a timeout by Coach Mann.
During this timeout, coming out of halftime, what did we expect?
Well, we knew the Jaguars needed to come out with some fire. They needed to come out with that energy that we have really seen as they lead by 18. That was a big question mark, though. Jaguars all season have really come up short in second halves and gave up some leads, like we saw against Elsie-Bird, like we saw against Freeman. And that's a huge plus for Coach Mann and the coaching staff, really preaching that in practice this week. And we've seen it tonight. They've kept their lead. They extended their lead. When Deep Run came out of that second half with a little bit of fire, they put that fire out. They extinguished it. And now they lead by 18 with 3.5 minutes left. And I think the Jaguars are in a great spot.
Couldn't agree more. We expected the Jaguar offense to play like they did in the past. Slow down, consolidate, but that slowing down and consolidating ultimately being the cancer that kills this team at the end of every game. But this game, it looking different. Coming out of half, keeping the lead, staying active, really moving the ball on offense, doing a great job all around.
Just great work from Mann and his coaching staff, and also by the players. Just trusting in that Coach Mann philosophy of just getting into that half-court offense. And big ups to Sean Washington tonight. He's had the best game of his Glen Allen career. Really setting that tone on offense. As Sean Washington works on Wilson. Hassan's still on the floor. Great minutes from Hassan in this fourth quarter right here. Joven working inside.
Down low.
Drops it to Hassan.
Hassan, 2.
Hassan for 2.
Making that a 20-point lead with 3.5 minutes.
Deuce for deuce, baby.
Hassan stumbling.
Oh, almost stole my Farron. Gets to Dabransky for 3, wide open.
No good. Whoa.
Jaguars ball.
Oh, not what you want to see.
Another injured deep run player.
We believe it's a cramp.
Looks like a cramp. Coach Bibby stretching him out. Here comes the trainer. Yep, just a cramp.
Craig, give him a pack and a mustard and a slap on the butt. He'll be back in the game.
We're going to go to timeout for the official's timeout for injury.
Fans, if there are any left at the concession stand, the hot dogs are only $1, so you might want to catch one now before they all run out.
I think it's either be Sean or Joven.
We're right back. Farron working, beating that press. Gets it to Sean. Back to Farron. Farron slowing it down. Gets it to RJ. Oh, just misses the catch.
Oh!
Hassan puts it up.
Is that going deep runway?
Looks like it'll stay with the Jaguars.
Staying with the Jaguars.
Nope,
not knowing.
goes to deep run.
Wildcats, 3 minutes, 20 points.
3:08 remaining. Wilson to the cup. Great pass to Jack Dabransky. Cuts the lead to 18.
Jaguars looking to bring that lead back to 20 or 21. Joven outside the arc, something we haven't seen a lot this game.
We've seen him work down low. I like this look, getting Sean a screen. Kicks it to Joven. Smart decision not to take that shot. Fair to RJ, almost a backcourt.
I mean, this Glen Allen team doing a great job of taking time off the clock. Like, I believe this Glen Allen team took 25 seconds off the clock with that possession
Kind of jump
alone.
ball. It'll stay with Glen Allen. Possession error goes. Great take by Sean Washington there. He's really been that guy for the Jaguars tonight. That's fairness here to inbound. Gets it to RJ.
Chauvin.
Great take. Timeout by Coach Bibby.
Jaguars bring this lead back up to 20, something we expected in this fourth quarter.
Other bucket for Joe Johnson, something we've seen all night, but mainly in that first quarter. But he's come out in this fourth quarter and scored some points as well.
You know, unfortunately, if you are deep run, two of your starters, you know, one gone early and then one gone in the fourth. One gone early, one gone in the fourth. I mean, just sort of super unfortunate for this Wildcats team. I mean, it looks like they've had to stretch their bench a lot. So, curious what we'll see for the remainder of the game.
I mean, the Jaguars won't complain, but they've really come out with that energy like we predicted.
Yeah.
Great week of practice, and that's really shown tonight with this 20-point lead. Full timeout taken by Coach Bibby. Coach Bibby's third year here at Deep Run. Had a great year last year. As Jaguars come out of that timeout, looking like the same lineup coming off that timeout.
Really unfortunate if you are.
And look at this. Deep Run student section piling out the doors.
Almost like they're in a race to get somewhere.
I mean, Wildcat fans going home on this Friday night. Nothing left to see, I guess.
I mean, down a fair margin. I mean, if you're the Wildcats, this just isn't the look that you want.
2:07 remaining. Charlie Wilson for three.
In Chauvin. Oh, never mind.
From our angle, it looked like it was in. Just hit the net.
Bad eyes, bad eyes. Less than 2 minutes and winding.
Here's Sean. Gives it to Joven.
Cooper Hallam's still not back in the game off that cramp. Not what you want if you're deep run.
Three taken by Sean.
Great rebound by
Hassan.
Two from Hassan.
Hassan White with another rebound.
Moving this lead to 22 points.
Here's Hassan guarding Wilson. Double comes from Farron. Gets the steal. Oh, we got a foul.
Is that a reach? Yeah.
As the Glen Allen bench is checking in, we got Nick Berry, Jabari Harris, Alex Worsham, AJ Smith, and Eli.
Alex Worsham, freshman on this varsity squad. I mean, such an impressive feat. And even though it's the last 90 seconds, we should still give us props for getting into this game.
Definitely. I mean, last freshman I remember on varsity was Farron Friend, and we've seen kind of the impact Farron has had on this program. So let's see if Alex has that same impact. Alex guarding number 21, Wilson for the Deep Run Wildcats.
Alex with the press.
Barry Harris guarding Disru.
Good defense.
And
unfortunate, but it's going to fall.
Great take by Disru. 1:16 left on the clock.
Alex, AJ.
Nick Berry. Number 23 for the Jags.
Glen Allen really coming out with a small ball look for the last minute of the game.
See the boys get some buckets, Harrison.
Telling Deep Run, look, we're not going to fight for the rebounds, but we are going to score.
As Disru makes that free throw. Cuts the lead to 19. See if Glen Allen can break this press. Got a foul on number 10. That's Kai Irwin. We saw a lot of him in the first half.
Number 10, Kai Irwin picked up his first, team second.
1 minute, 12 seconds remaining. Worsham inbounds to Eli. Eli dribbles into that trap. Great recovery by Barry Harris. Got a travel on Jabari. Jamar Harris, football phenom here at Glen Allen.
Yeah, I mean,
Great year for him.
great player on the field. Basketball season, Freeman.
Had its ups and downs.
Yeah, I mean, Freeman game, basically the whole student section.
Not his best night.
Yeah.
But let's see Bari if he comes back to his old self here tonight with 45 seconds remaining. Great steal by Nick Berry. Let's see him get out in transition. He takes the layup.
Yeah, Nick Berry for 2.
Jaguar bench loves it. Nick Berry for 2. As Run gets another 2.
11, Kilby Bills. Same guy who got a block earlier on, I believe it was Jobin coming down court.
Great work by Alex, bringing the ball up. Dribbles in that double. Great pass to Bari.
Finds
To
him.
the corner. AJ Smith in the corner. Oh, just misses. Eli with the rebound.
fighting for a rebound here.
Look at these bench players fighting for Glen Allen. This ball falls to deep run. Final
2 seconds.
And that'll do it. Your Glen Allen Jaguars.
Yeah!
To 8-3. As your deep run
Jaguars.
Wildcats fall to 3-7. Great game by the Jaguars.
19-point win. Really good for setting the heart of this Jaguar team.
Huge bounce back coming off those 2 losses against LC Bird and Douglas Freeman. Coach Mann's going to love this one. And going into the weekend, I think the Jaguar players will enjoy this one tonight. And we'll cut to break. We'll be back with the player of the game.